Hello there and welcome to National Outreach, and we have our first Eye on the Tropics update for the 2021 hurricane season. This is update number 1 for June 17, 2021. So before we get onto the track for our potential tropical cyclone 3, we're going to start off by looking at what could happen in 2021. For the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season forecast, the NOAA or NOAA is predicting 13 to 20 named storms, 6 to 10 which could be hurricanes, and 3 to 5 which could be major hurricanes. Also, 3 to 5 of these named storms could land in the United States. We are predicting a above normal season. Most predictions, 60% of predictions, put it above normal. If we look at the tropical cyclone names, we have Anna, Bill, Claudette, Danny, Elsa, Fred, Grace, Henry, Ida, Julian, Katie, Larry, Mindy, Nicholas, Odette, Peter, Rose, Sam, Teresa, Victor, and Wanda. This is the same list from 2015. Anna and Bill have already been tropical storms, while Claudette is a potential low system currently, so it has not been named yet, but there is a potential for Claudette to form. If we take a look at the spaghetti models for the low pressure system, as you can see, many of the models all are leaning toward the Gulf Coast, the United States Gulf Coast, many of them leading toward Louisiana and Mississippi, while few may go into the state of Texas. The NHC has just released an official track, which we will get into very shortly. Now, many people in the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas are worried about this storm if it does make landfall in Florida, which is very unlikely. Florida will get heavy rain. Now, if it makes landfall in Texas, Texas will be spared, but just get the eye and few scattered showers, while Louisiana and Mississippi get most of the rain because the storm is truly very disorganized. If we look at one of our future tracks, this is the main future track many are showing, is landfall near the Lake Charles area and moving up through Mississippi and Alabama, getting out through Florida and Georgia. This is the second one. As you can see, it made landfall on the Texas-Louisiana border, but made its way up. So that would bring rainfall to the Louisiana and Texas border areas, including Beaumont, Lake Charles, not Lake Charles, New Orleans, and a lot of other areas. Our third model shows landfall near the Galveston, Texas area, but it does make its way through Shreveport and then out of the United States. Same thing around here, landfall near the Corpus Christi area, and makes its out again through Shreveport into Louisiana and makes its way out to the United States. The first one is the most predicted forecast. Now, these are the rainfall amounts. As you can see, lightest to darkest. Lightest is least rain, darkest is the most rain. The red can predict about 5 to 6 inches. The pink can predict around 4 to 5. The dark blue, you can say it's around 3 to 4. And light blue is around 2 to 3. Green is about 1 inch, and every light green is about 0 to 1 inch. All of these, again, it is predicted that that purple right there is around that 5-inch area. So as you can see, the Louisiana area will get the most rain, and around areas like Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Texas coastline will get the next most amount of rain. And as you go out, it's the least amount of rain. Now the impacts: Texas, Mexico, and Florida. You will get scattered showers, small thunderstorms, unusual wind gusts, rough waves by the coast, non-life-threatening floods, meaning very less floods. You won't get that many floods. If it's flood, it'll be like probably about 1 inch, and it'll go away very quickly. And you'll get about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, on the other hand, you guys are going to get the worst of the storm. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, up to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, rough waves by the coast. You're going to get street flooding in low-lying areas, and about 3 to 6 inches of rain. Precautions to take. Have your emergency supplies ready. Make sure to check out an emergency preparedness list on our website page, Eye on the Tropics. Make sure to listen to local media for the latest updates. Evacuate your area if told to. If you have mandatory evacuation, go ahead and leave. If you have voluntary evacuation, they are asking you to leave, but it's not mandatory. If you leave near the coast, make sure to put sandbags around your residency. If the storm surge is expected to be high, which it is not, don't drive around unless it's necessary. Stay out of flooded areas if you do have to drive, and bring any loose, untied objects like balls, playing toys, or even plants indoors. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the NHC's track and what they have to tell us for potential tropical cyclone 3. The NHC is already issuing some advisories for it. Tropical Cyclone 3 currently in the Bay of Campeche in the Gulf of Mexico on its way to the United States Gulf Coast. I'm going to click on it really quickly to get you the details. We see the wind speed probabilities. As you can see, most of the wind issues will be in Louisiana around the Lake Charles area and Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Georgia. You could get some wind gusts along with the Florida Panhandle, but not as much. Texas, you have been spared from any wind at all. If you look at the arrival time of winds, around Friday, the Louisiana area could start feeling some winds at around 2 p.m. and Friday 8 p.m. That's around when it could make landfall Friday evening around your dinner time. This is your interactive map. I can see the track. Does not look like it will make landfall in Texas, but more likely Louisiana, New Orleans area. Tropical storm warning has already been issued around New Orleans, around all the way to Alabama. The rain will take up all the way to around Knoxville, Tennessee, maybe even Nashville, Charlotte. More likely make its way out, giving the last of the rain to the DC metro area. As you can see, that's the satellite right now. The low pressure system is currently around right here. And this is your cone, your future track. So this is expected to become a depression very, very soon. Around Friday, we can expect it to become a tropical storm and make landfall as a tropical storm. More likely not a very strong one, but it's gonna be heavy rainfall around here. Again, like I said, tropical storm warning has already been issued around these areas, and it'll make a way into depression and more likely, like I said, exit out North Carolina or the DC metro area. These are the key messages. The system is expected to produce heavy rainfall and considerable flash urban and small stream flooding beginning Friday and continuing through the weekend along the central Gulf Coast and spreading northeast into the southern Appalachians. Again, that's like Virginia, DC, Maryland, all those areas. This is the rainfall, as you can see. This New Orleans, Mobile area will get the most amount of rain. That's in Spanish. This is your storm surge. This is one you could see 2 to 3 feet. The most part you'll find near sorry, I cannot think right now. The Louisiana coast. The tropical storm warning has extended all the way from Cameron, Louisiana, and all the way to the Alabama and Florida bubble. Near Mobile Bay is where you can expect the least amount of storm surge, along with the Cameron intercoastal area, but the most amount can be expected near these few areas, as it does show. And this is your rainfall potential. Some areas of Texas are not being shown, but you can see not a bunch of rain, only about 2 inches. The most rain is expected to be around 6 to 10 inches, somewhere around there, mainly in the Louisiana Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi borders. This is kind of the same track as Hurricane Delta took last year. Not Zeta. Zeta was around the Mississippi, Florida area, but Delta took. Laura actually took a path near the Texas-Louisiana border, but these areas did take rain as well. But this seems like a very similar path to Delta. And your flash flooding potential, most is around New Orleans to Mobile, and this is a moderate percentage. And before we move on, this is going to be what you can see right now. As for wind, as you can see, some convection going on here. So dry air is what's really pushing it out from the Texas area and pushing it into here. But that's, as you can see, that's kind of like the eye right there. This is its track somewhere around here. A cold front is what's pushing, a stationary front is actually what's pushing it that way. And as you can see, all these orange areas is where most of the rain is. This is a very disorganized storm in general. And you can find the infrared satellite right there. That's around the storm. This is the convection. This is going to be the rain that's going to build up right there along with some rain right there. And these are the remnants of Bill actually right here. I'm going to play an animation of what we can expect within the next few hours. As you can see, it's going to inch closer and closer. And parts of Texas and Louisiana got scattered showers today, and Florida is still being battered by heavy rain. Right now, before I end today's video, we're going to look at one more storm we are tracking, and that is a disturbance in the Eastern Pacific. It has a 80% chance of development within 48 hours and 90%. As it's already giving heavy rain to this area. This is really not something the Atlantic to worry about, but for Mexico to worry about, and maybe parts of Texas. This storm is expected to form probably into a tropical storm, make landfall around Baja California, or probably make its way out or skirt the areas like it's doing right now. Not much to show of this because it's still a disturbance. So once it becomes a depression or something, we can actually make more predictions and see what we can look at that. As you can see, this is a little bit more organized than potential tropical cyclone 3. And nothing to show in the Central Pacific. And that's it. Thank you for watching. This was our Eye on the Tropics update. Make sure to stay on look for those of you living in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, and probably parts of Mexico even, just in case. Thanks for watching. We will leave an Eye on the Tropics update if Tropical Cyclone 3 becomes a tropical storm tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the National Outreach, and we will give you our latest updates on our WhatsApp group chat. Make sure to join if you haven't to get our latest news and updates. It's much more than just our website. Thank you.